There are new developments on a story we've been following for decades. Just days after my story on the Northern Kentucky case of Ed Nichols aired back in December, the Commonwealth's attorney identified the name of the person he believes is the suspect in the 22-year-old's disappearance and death. I spoke with detectives with the Boone County Sheriff's Department. Take a look.
It would have been nice to know him, to know who he was and, all the things he could have done in life.
After more than 50 years, finally, the picture of what happened on December 3rd, 1974 is becoming clearer. In a letter to Ed's family and detectives, Commonwealth's attorney Lewis Kelly identified Bobby Franksman as the suspect in Ed's presumed murderer after detectives with the Boone County Sheriff's Office turned over decades of evidence to him. Ed's niece, Beth Palmer, speaking out after posting the letter to social media.
We had always heard these rumors throughout the years, and now that it's confirmed from the county attorney, we just felt like it was time to share it.
Detective Coy Cox says 22-year-old Ed Nichols disappeared on a hunting trip with friend David Stites in the South Fork Church Road area near the Boone-Gallatin County line. Stites later reported Ed missing. Detectives have long ruled Nichols' disappearance a homicide. What exactly happened, though, has remained a mystery. That is until 2021, when detectives got a break in the case. They interviewed Stites' ex-wife, who recounted a story her son told her about a conversation he had with his father.
So we went to interview her, and when we knocked on the door, she said, "I'm surprised that no one's been here before." During a drunken sit-down with his son, he told him about the day that Eddie Nichols was murdered by Bobby Franksman.
Detective Cox says what happened that day stemmed from a long-standing conflict between Ed and Franksman over a woman who Ed reportedly was having a relationship with.
Eddie and Bobby kind of got into it again. Apparently Bobby punched him first, and Eddie kind of, challenged him like, "Is that all you got?" And then a couple of other things happened. The altercation obviously elevated, and Bobby Franksman pulled a pistol from his waistband and shot Eddie in the head.
Detective Cox says based on that account, the story places several others at the time of Ed's murder and that Stites had to bury Ed's body. Stites was subpoenaed to testify before a Boone County grand jury in December of 2022, but the day before his scheduled appearance, he took his own life.
It was disappointing for a lot of things. Number one, it was loss of human life again, but also it really put a roadblock in our case.
That roadblock, where exactly Ed is buried. The question his family has been asking for decades, and the one they desperately want the answer to.
He didn't deserve to die the way he did and to be buried the way he was. He deserves respect for his life. He had people that loved him, and he was a good brother, and he deserves to be laid to rest peacefully.
Bobby Franksman passed in 2007, so he can't be indicted. However, detectives say there are witnesses out there who are still alive who can help point them to where Ed is buried. They're urging those people to come forward. If you have any information, you're asked to call the Boone County Sheriff's Office.
You can always find our stories here on YouTube, but go ahead and click subscribe to get notifications and stay in the know.